Where did all the good men go? Is a very popular question for women in their late 20s, early 30s, and so on. What it translates to is, where did all my suitors go? Because there's a reason you never hear younger women talking about this, and it's because they still have plenty of options in dating. You see, women are always surrounded by good men, or what they would consider a good man in their late 20s and early 30s when they're looking to lock down a beta male and get married to have kids. The reason there's no longer any good men around her is because they got tired of waiting for her to get her act together. Feminism has taught women that they can just fuck around in their early 20s and it will have not only no consequences, but it might even have positive consequences for them in their 30s. And that their 30s are actually the light at the end of the tunnel. These are their prime dating years until reality comes slapping them across the face. Like I said before, women are surrounded by good men. In fact, they probably cheated on some, rejected some, led some on, or maybe friend-zoned some, although friend-zoning is more on the fault of the guy. Friend-zoning doesn't happen unless the guy lets it happen. But there is such a lack of accountability that they simply refuse to see that men are not attracted to women who waste themselves. Feminism has taught women to identify with their egos, which is why, despite being more liberated sexually and in every other area of life than they've ever been in history, at least in America, they are the most unhappy they've ever been in history. No one identified with their ego is happy. And there is such a lack of insight, lack of accountability, lack of personal responsibility, because, see, deep down, women know that men are not attracted to girls who sleep around and waste themselves. But because of this identification with their ego that they've been brainwashed into their entire life, they almost cannot accept personal responsibility because it would mean that they are in the wrong. And they're just too fragile to handle that. And of course, if a woman's raised right and she's raised to be in touch with the source, be in touch with God, and not to identify with her ego, then this is not going to come as a surprise to her, and most likely she's not even going to waste her youth anyway. But to women who have wasted their youth, or are planning on wasting their youth, and can sense that something is wrong, but don't want to admit it to themselves or anybody else, this is going to hurt, and denying it is not going to make it any better. But they have to deny it, because now they've ruined their life. Like, let's just be real for a second. It is not a secret that men are more attracted to women who save themselves, who preserve themselves for a strong, committed relationship, and potentially to start a family. And it's already been statistically proven that the more sexual partners a woman has, the less well she's able to pair bond. And to a lot of women, unfortunately, this is a shocking realization, if it comes as a realization at all. But most of them just go into denial. And to be quite honest, I can kind of understand them. If I spent 30 years wasting time, only to learn that the secret to a happy life was preserving myself and not wasting my body, I might go a little crazy too. So they have to scream at men, they have to get mad. And this is usually around the time of her life when a woman becomes more feminist than she was when she was younger. And I wonder why that is. If feminism is really about equality, it's really about lifting women up, then why is it that when women become more unhappy, more regretful, and more resentful, they also become more feministic? Because that's not what it's ever been about. It's been about teaching women to waste themselves and hate men. No matter what arguments you bring up with a woman, she's going to blame it on the non-existent patriarchy. But without getting too off topic or rambling on for too long, I'm going to keep this one short. Stay tuned for my next video. I'm working on a project for you guys that I think you're really going to like. I'll release a trailer for it soon, so keep a lookout for that trailer. Like the video if you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe if you're not already, and click the bell so that you get notifications whenever I upload. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think as well, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.